kick this stream off today by getting into some NF with his song Hope. We listened to him last night and really blew me away how melodic and how much kind of depth there was in the whole composition of it. So I'm really intrigued to get into this. This is NF Hope.
Hope, yeah, I'm on my way, I'm coming. Don't lose faith in me. I know you've been waiting. I know you've been praying for my soul. Hope, hope. 30 years you've been dragging your feet, telling me I'm the reason we're stagnant. 30 years you've been claiming you're honest and promising progress. Well, where is it at? I don't want you to feel like a failure. I know this hurts, but I gave you your chance to deliver. Now it's my turn. Don't get me wrong. Nature had a great run, but it's time to.
This feels like a musical. The journey of it is really interesting. This whole intro is like sort of building strings that all went into kind of discord and then slowly came together into this huge surround sound harmony. Really, really, really beautiful, and had this feeling of kind of echoes being sort of recreating the imagery we have here of being alone at sea, being in the middle of nowhere. If I'd closed my eyes and listened to that, I would have pictured somebody trapped at the bottom of a cavern, just like surrounded by mountains or something, just very much alone, a voice echoing out, calling out, and not being heard by anybody, no matter how kind of loud that call is. You're just so distant. That's what I was getting from the production and the instrumentation, the performance of that beginning bit. And then we've really kind of dropped into this nice little slightly musical kind of beat. And when I say musical, I mean like a stage musical, you know?
Nature had a great run, but it's time to give the people something different. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce my album. Hope.
Oh.
What's my definition of success? Listening to what your heart says. Standing up for what you know is right while everybody else is. Tucking their toe between their legs. What's my definition of success? Creating something no one else can. Being brave enough to dream big. Grinding when you're told to just quit. Giving more when you got nothing left.
Yes. I love that section. So first, let's talk about the music here, because it's got this incredible nautical soundtrack music style. Feels like Hans Zimmer Pirates of the Caribbean kind of atmosphere to it. Lovely staccato strings, really nice recording of strings as well. Feel very organic, very, very beautiful, very clean. And it's cool to hear rapping over that kind of instrumentation. Very, very interesting, very different, very unique. And I love what he's saying here about how do you define success? Being able to do something that nobody else can do. That's the best definition of success I've ever heard. That's such an interesting perspective. It's not just about being great at what you do. It's about finding what you do that's special that nobody else can, finding what is unique about you, and then working really hard on it, not giving up on it, pushing and pushing and pushing and working. Even when you feel you've got nothing left, you keep going because you are on a mission in life to realize your full potential. Like that's an incredible sentiment he's got there. I really, really feel that.
When else being brave enough to dream big. Grinding when you're told to just quit. Giving more when you got nothing left. It's a person that'll take a something they were told could never happen. It's a person that can see the bright side through the dark times when there ain't one. It's when someone who ain't never had nothing ain't afraid to walk away from more profit, cause they rather do something that they really love and take the pay cut. It's a person that would never waver or change who they are just to try and gain some credibility so they can feel accepted by a stranger. It's a person that can take the failures in their life and turn them into motivation. It's believing in yourself when no one else does. It's amazing what a little bit of faith can do. If you don't even believe in you, why would you think or expect anybody else that's around you to? I done did things that I regret. I done said things I can't take back. Was a lost soul at a crossroad who had no hope, but I changed that. I spent years of my life holding on to things I never should have kept, full of hatred. Years of my life carrying a lot of baggage that I should have walked away from. Years of my life wishing I was someone different, looking for some validation. Years of my life trying to fill a void, pretending I was in them. They get it.
The visuals on this are insane, aren't they? That shove, the way he hit the ground, fell through the ceiling, like such interesting and creative ideas. A third legendary emperor says, "Well, that was cool." That's the best way to describe it. I think that's exactly it. Just that was really, really cool, and that's a great way to describe this whole song. The whole thing is like, man, I never heard anything like this. It's the imagery and the music and the lyrics, they're all very, very, very special. He's a really, really special artist. I don't know why I haven't been listening to him. I don't know where he's been. His flow style, sometimes it reminds me a little bit of Hopsin. I get that kind of delivery, that sort of more like slightly aggressive kind of delivery of rap. And I like it. I like it a lot. It's really, really cool. I'd like to hear NF, Hopsin, and Token on a track together. I think that would be a great combination. Maybe throw in a bit of Tech 9. Why not? Why not?
Validation. Years of my life trying to fill a void, pretending I was in them. They get it. Evil, difficult to go through, yes, but beneficial. Some would say having a mental breakdown is a negative thing, which on one hand I agree, but on the other hand it was the push I needed to get help and start the healing process. See, if I didn't ever hit rock bottom, would I be the person that I am today? I don't believe so. I'm a prime example of what happens when you choose to not accept defeat and face your demons. Took me 30 years to realize that if you want to get the opportunity to be the greatest version of yourself, sometimes you gotta be someone you're not to hear the voice of reason. Having kids will make you really take a step back and look in the mirror. At least for me, that's what it did. Wake up every day and pick my son up, hold him in my arms and let him know he's loved. Standing by the window questioning if that is ever going to show up. Isn't something he's gonna have to worry about, don't get it twisted, that was in a shot. Mama, I forgive you, I just don't want him to grow up thinking that he'll never be enough. 30 years of running, 30 years of searching, 30 years of hurting, 30 years of pain, 30 years of fearful, 30 years of anger, 30 years of empty, 30 years of shame, 30 years of broken, 30 years of anguish, 30 years of hopeless, 30 years of hate, 30 years of never, 30 years of maybe, 30 years of later, 30 years of faith, 30 years of hollow, 30 years of sorrow, 30 years of darkness, 30 years of hate, 30 years of baggage, 30 years of sadness, 30 years of stagnant, 30 years of change, 30 years of patience, 30 years of suffering, 30 years of torment, 30 years of 30 years of bitter, 30 years of lonely, 30 years of pushing everyone away. You'll never evolve. I know I can change. We are not enough. We are not the same. You don't have the heart. You don't have the strength. You don't have the will. You don't have the faith. You'll never be loved. You'll never be safe. Might as well give up. Not running away. You don't have the guts. You're the one afraid. I'm the one in charge. I'm taking the reins.
Oh. This guy. Mate. He's brilliant. He really puts it all out there, doesn't he? He really lays his soul out. And nothing he's not afraid to say. And I love how he's wearing his heart on his sleeve and just kind of bearing his soul like this. Um, it's very human. It's very connecting. It's very important, I think, for people to kind of share like this and to throw all their feelings out, whether they're dark or light and whatever. Just throwing them out there raw like that is it's very touching. It's very important. Very special, very special, and I really, really enjoyed the backing track as well. The instrumental was, well, I wouldn't call it a backing track. The whole thing, his voice and the music, it was a piece, you know. It was a really beautiful arrangement, and I loved the use of discord with the strings, how it kind of rise up and resolve, and then like open up into staccato lines. It was a really interesting use of orchestral instruments, particularly strings, but also the sort of the big orchestral percussion and everything. Very rich, very, very nice. What more can I say? Like I've got to hear more. I've got to hear more of this guy. I'm just wetting my beak. I got to dive in, you know. That was NF Hope, and that was a very, very special one. I'm looking forward to hearing more.